So, but I don't understand the motive. Like, they're like, well, transgenderism, which obviously I'm opposed to. But okay, was he transgender? Was he on hormones? How do you go from being this seemingly normal person to murdering a stranger with almost a dead certainty you'll be punished? You'll spend life in prison or be executed for it. Like, that's a lot. That's a deep commitment, okay?
Yeah.
And I'm not saying it doesn't happen. Of course it does. But like, how did it happen in this case?
Yeah, and tell us the facts, right?
Yeah. And it's like, shut up.
Like and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell to get notifications anytime I go live or make a video. God bless you. God bless America. Let's get into this. We got to talk about Tucker Carlson just real quick. I'm an honest man. And an honest man watching another man be dishonest, it bothers me a little bit. I think I lose about 15 minutes of sleep a night thinking about how silly Tucker Carlson has become. And it's not just me, for whatever reason, saying I don't like him just because I don't want to like him. That's crazy. I literally paid for my mother-in-law and my wife went to see Tucker when he came to Arizona before he got crazy. But the part that bothers me the most is because when I said to Charlie Kirk, I got your back. Whatever you need, I support you. As long as he's doing the right thing, and Charlie was always above board. I got your back. When I said that I was Charlie's friend, and when I told him I got his back, I meant it. I would not do anything that would hurt Charlie Kirk's legacy. I would not do anything that would hurt Charlie Kirk's wife. And I will not support people, platform people without chastising them if there are individuals out here destroying his legacy. I don't care if you're my friend or not. If you're saying it and you're wrong, you're wrong. But let's play your boy Tucker Carlson interviewing this weirdo. Every time I see this dude, I wonder, are we gonna see him on a news clip saying he touching people? Don't he look like he a foul? Don't he look like what man got his mustache looking like that? You ain't a firefighter. A regular, you on YouTube and your mustache look like that, you a question mark. I wouldn't want to leave my kids alone with this guy, just on the haircut and the mustache. But beyond that, this is the same guy that's been saying that Erica Kirk has some level of involvement in Charlie Kirk's death. This is a guy that's been pushing conspiracy theories nonstop. And Tucker has him on the show to interview him about what? Roll the clip.
Charlie Kirk is months ago now.
Time out.
And to this day,
time out.
I think
I just want y'all to listen to the stupidity that Ian Carroll is gonna spew. We got the brand new shirt out. So if you're still in the business of merch, here you go. Don't mess with the USA. I think I just put US. Oh, USA, I got the flag on there. With Maduro on here. All you got to do is go to tatumstore.com, put the discount code in. We'll flash it on the screen, put it in the description section. God bless you. God bless America. I just want y'all to listen to the stupidity that Ian Carroll is going to spew, and then the stupidity that Tucker's going to spew on top of what Ian Carroll said. Roll it.
the most Americans still feel like we don't have an honest set of answers. Whether you believe it was Tyler Robinson or you believe it was some version of some other conspiracy, I think that a lot of people feel very underwhelmed by the way it was handled by Cash, the way it was handled by every government official involved. And that should have been the most basic one.
Well, so I didn't want to talk about this because I know everyone involved very well, and I feel emotional about it. And I'm going out, day after tomorrow to speak at Turning Point at Charlie's request.
Which you shouldn't have.
But
hold on, stop. If Charlie was still alive, he wouldn't want you to speak. To be honest, he what you did when he was alive gave him the impression that you were somewhat of a reasonable guy. Look at how stupid you are. At his death, now finish the clip.
So the hostility that I don't know what that was. The onus is on the government to prove it was a lone gunman. Okay, that's up to them, not up to me.
That's their job.
I'm not accusing anybody. I don't know exactly what happened. There is a lot of evidence that Tyler Robinson was involved, at least from what I read. If those text messages are real and the murder weapon is, like I'm willing to believe anything, but I do think it's up to them to prove it to us. Here's what I don't understand. There's
let it go. Let him go. Let him go.
An enormous amount of rage. Different people with different views getting mad at each other. There's been almost no pressure on federal law enforcement to cough up the freaking facts and to tell a story that makes sense, that's got internal coherence, that like, oh, that makes sense. Like, I get it.
Exactly.
And there's no pressure.
There's no pressure. Let him finish. Let him finish.
On them. Even the question of motive, like, again, I want to believe it was a lone gunman who was a tranny or something. I want to believe that.
That's a lot better of an answer, a lot more comfortable.
100%. I want that. By the way, I'm a middle-aged man. I'm a normie. I don't want to believe anything other than what they tell me. But they've made it impossible for me. Yeah. So, but I don't understand the motive. Like, they're like, well, transgenderism, which obviously I'm opposed to. But okay, was he transgender? Was he on hormones? How do you go from being this seemingly normal person to murdering a stranger with almost a dead certainty you'll be punished, you'll spend life in prison or be executed for it? Like, that's a lot. That's a deep commitment, okay?
Yeah.
And I'm not saying it doesn't happen. Of course.
This is where these people lose me, and you should lose respect for them. What is he talking about? The government, the onus is on the government to give us the story. No, it's not. They're investigating this. The federal government has a part in the investigation, but this was a murder investigation, a state-level charge. This wasn't a federal charge. The federal government uses resources to help the state get to their final conclusion, which means that if there's things that are done over the internet, the federal government has the jurisdiction to request that information or work with companies that are federal to extract that information, because at the state level, they don't have the ability to do that. That's the end of it. Utah State is doing a murder investigation. And you guys think the federal government is supposed to give you a narrative. And then you guys think that the federal government or even the state government is supposed to lay the trial out to you. They cannot do that publicly. They can only do within reason to give you a reasonableness of the direction of the trial, which, to be honest, bro, they did. If it wasn't for internet fools and these idiots on TV creating fake controversy, we would have a baseline narrative. Do I have to go over this again? Everybody's at the event. Pow! Charlie gets shot. They look back where the gunshot happens. The guy runs from the roof. They got him on video jumping off the roof. He dropped the gun with his DNA on it. DNA on the bullets. The gun belonged to his grandpa. His parents identified him. His parents admitted that the gun belonged to the grandpa that was in his possession. His dad, dang, I spit on myself. His dad questioned him, admitted to the police that was their son. They turned him in. What narrative are we missing here? It's you don't want to believe it. You want it to be Israel or something stupid. We got the narrative. He's in jail right now. He just had an initial appearance. Or at least, I don't know which appearance this was. This wasn't the initial hearing because they didn't go over evidence. But he had a defense team. He's been formally charged, indicted. What other narrative are you looking for? You want them to tell you they showed you the text messages. You just don't believe it. They showed you evidence of the gun. You just don't believe it. They showed you surveillance footage of his face when he's going up the staircase. You just don't want to believe it. What are we talking about? It's not that they're not showing you information. You don't want to believe it, which is fine. But don't act like you're so confused. They got the guy in jail right now. And then let me say this. Put the dummy on the screen real quick. About the tranny narrative. Transgender people, like this was a whole story. Trans people going and shooting up schools and stuff. What are we talking about? Like, we don't know that these people are mentally ill, some of them, and they're being violent. We do know that his boyfriend is a transgender. And we do know that Charlie was shot right after answering a question about transgenderism. The kid was indoctrinated. Have you seen him? He looks like he been taking pills all day. He looked like he's MK Ultra or something. He don't look like a regular person anyway. You think that it's so shocking to you that kid is nutty? He looked like a school shooter or something. A loner, signs and symptoms. He's living and getting sexed by a transgender that indoctrinated his mind. What's so confusing about that? If you were responsible, you'll be telling your audience, or at least giving a perspective of this. You will be doing a little bit of research. That was your friend, wasn't he? And now you're coming up with a ghost narrative. All these other narratives have no evidentiary value. Israel did it, no evidence. There was multiple shooters. We don't have any evidence there was multiple shooters. He took one shot to the neck. They have an autopsy. All right, man. It's more of this. Just let them finish. It's about a minute left in this clip. We're going to go to a few other clips, and then I'm going to let it go. Roll it.
Does, but like, how did it happen in this case?
Yeah, and tell us the facts, right?
Yeah. And it's like, shut up.
Yeah, and it's like this. It's a parallel to the Las Vegas in the sense that just one piece of evidence. In the case of Charlie Kirk, it's one piece of evidence. In the case of Las Vegas, it's like 5 trillion.
Well, the Las Vegas thing, the story is just like it.
What I was going to say is that the video is, we know they have it. Like, in Vegas, we know that there's surveillance footage of the entire city. We know that every hotel has footage of everything that happened. And we know that they could release it. And we could see these alleged gunmen. We could see these fake 911 calls, right? And in Charlie's case, we know that the camera that they released footage of this guy running across the roof, that camera sees the whole roof. That camera sees the shooting position clearly. I went there myself. And so it's like, if you have the video of the shooter running to get off the roof, you have the video of him taking the shot. And so it's these little things where you don't take that step.
So you telling me that they're just not showing it to us because of what? Are you saying they made up the footage? You got to make your mind up. Are you saying you're claiming that they have footage of him running off the roof? Are you saying that footage is not real? Because if you're acknowledging that the footage is real, then somebody is running off a roof, and there are people witnessing this. You got to think, there's thousands of people there. They hear the shot, they turn around, they see him run off the roof. People see him run off the roof. People are encountering him as he's running through the street. Now, at the time, they didn't know what he was doing. But now that they know what happened, the FBI has probably been able to investigate or interview all of those people that told them, yeah, I saw this guy jump off the roof. They don't have to show us the grotesque nature of a man assassinating Charlie. That will come out in the trial. Why do they have to show that to the public? They show you enough. You seen him run off the roof. He's in jail. His parents turned him in. It's only people that are trying to push conspiracies that make it seem like this is so bizarre. The government has never gave us all the evidence to a crime before the trial. That's like saying when O.J. Simpson was in trial, they showing the public gloves and stuff. They're not, that's in the trial. Jodi Arias, all of the stab wounds and stuff that they're not showing that to the public. That comes up in the court of law because that's where it belongs. And thank God we have an open court. So we're going to be able to see all of this stuff that they claim the government's hiding in the court of law. They created an affidavit, and you dummies don't read the affidavit. It lines out all the probable cause for the arrest, which they allude to the fact that they have evidence of all these things. But y'all trying to trick your audience into believing it's mysterious that they don't openly conduct a trial before the trial date. You want them to taint the jury pool and disclose evidentiary information to the public for what? So you can put it on your podcast? This is a murder investigation. There may be still people that's involved that they may find out later. You don't disclose the evidence until you have a solid, finished product. If you get online and say, we know that it was 2 shooters. Well, the second shooter is gonna know that you onto him, and they're gonna do things to destroy evidence. Sometimes the government don't disclose it so that the second shooter don't know they're on his trail. So they allude to the fact that this is the only evidence we have. That may not be the evidence they have. Anyway, everybody that's watching Nick, that's excited about Nick, that's sharing his content and videos, have to understand there's 2 important things that are happening. One is that he's exposing corruption and changing the world.
Right.
The second is he needs security. And so him discovering just $100 million worth of fraud just right there.
Yeah, in one afternoon.
Wasn't
that hard. And now he's like literally having death threats and bounties on his head.
Yeah.
And after speaking with you, you're like, all right, this kid needs to go 24/7.
So Nick went back. People may not notice because he haven't released the video yet, but he went back.
Yeah, he's been back.
And he told me that it's worse than the first video. Shout out to Black Line for being the line between good and evil, protecting Nick Shirley and his family. So all you got to do, the link will be in the description section, go to Black Line Guardian Fund. Black Line Guardian Fund. Become a guardian today at whatever rate or whatever price that you want to give. It's a 501c3 tax-deductible donation. All right, let's go to the next idiot that he interviewed, which is Milo. And let's go to the clip of Milo on Tim Pool's show. Let's frame Milo on Tim Pool calling Charlie Kirk gay. And then I want you to put this in your mind. Why would somebody bring him on their show after he said this about your friend Charlie Kirk? Roll it.
I'm always a couple of days behind watching on the show because I've got stuff going on. But somebody tweeted today that Candace said that she believed that they were about to get a divorce. I think he was gay. I think he was gay. And
come on, you know that you do know that I've criticized. What? Like I'm sorry, Tim, but like, why would you even go there? Like to say something like that?
Oh, I'll tell you why.
No. The man's dead. You're calling now. You think he's gay?
That's when people can talk. That's when people can tell the truth.
No, that's when people can lie about you. You can't defend yourself. There is no evidence, no rumor that I've ever heard of Charlie Kirk being gay. There's not even rumors. Now, other people, there's rumors of them being gay, but there's no rumors of Charlie. Where do you get that from? And he says this about Charlie, which was completely inappropriate and wrong. And then he goes on to Tucker Carlson's show. He invites the man on, and this is the interview. Roll it.
Are you gay? Were you gay? Like, what is gay?
Nobody's gay. In almost every case, and certainly in every male case, it is a trauma response. It is not a sexuality. It is not part of what you are or who you are or a component of your personality. It is a set of behaviors that emerges in people with a number of very easily identifiable common etiologies.
So pretty much what he's saying is that nobody's gay on purpose. I'm thinking that's what he's saying. It's trauma responses and all this other stuff. So that means that in Milo's case, if you're saying that, then that means that you shouldn't criticize people for being gay because they're responding to trauma instead of criticizing them. But then he goes out of one side of his mouth say that, and then he goes out the other side of his mouth and say this. Roll it.
Well, I know a bunch of them. Yeah.
Right, of course, you work in, and I used to work in conservative media, and it's all of them. It's everybody. Oh, I know. They're all faggots. They're all gay. All of them are gay. All of them are gay. Like everyone is gay.
I haven't said anything about it for like 30 years just because of my just general Anglo commitment to not get involved in other people's business. But it's so noticeable. I just don't know what clearly there's something going on here.
That's his brain taking a dump and wasting on the rest of his brain. Ooh, everybody's gay. Name them then. Say some names then. Everybody's gay. Let's play the next clip and then we'll be done with this segment. Roll it.
Is there anything gayer than John McCain's like bloodlust?
I agree. Or his proteges. No.
Seen through this prism. I mean, he's even got the fat friend. It's his daughter. He even bred the fat best friend. Is there a more ostentatious like fag hag in America than Meghan McCain? You know, she hates herself. She's fat. She's crazy. She's every gay man's dream.
Why is that every gay man's dream?
Because they want to visit upon their female friends the cruelty they wish that they could perform on their mothers.
Whoa.
Whoa, that's so profound. I don't even want to push back on it. What are you talking about? The crazy thing to me is that when they say everybody's gay, I mean, I don't know how you would know that, to be honest. I've been in the conservative movement for a while. I've heard rumors of some prominent people doing gay stuff. I have no evidence of it. They never been gay to me, and they gay around me. And I ain't messing with people like that. How do I know what you're doing? And I go to the event, I do my stuff, I shake hands, kiss babies, and I go home. I'm not engaging with people to know if they doing gay stuff or not. How do y'all know? How do you know for a fact? In my personal opinion, unless you're doing gay stuff with people, you don't know what they doing. And I ain't even thought about it, to be honest. I ain't got nothing to do with that. Won't they name some people, since they say people are gay? Name a couple people and give us some visibility on this. But you know they'll never do it.